What's up, world? Welcome to a new episode of Bleed Black and Gold. As you know, I am the host, Brandon Janeau. Like always, on all podcast platforms, Brandon Janeau Show. Social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, you know, Brandon Janeau Show. And of course, YouTube channel, Brandon Janeau Show, man. Y'all can hit the notification button on there on my YouTube channel for new updates of clips in the actual full episodes of this, the visual episode of this on my YouTube channel, BrandonJaneauShow. Show, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed all the episodes that's been out this year. The year's rounded down, and I will be doing my annual episodes. Started one already on Wrestling Life, but this one is, of course, tonight is about the New Orleans Saints, bleed black and gold. So let's get into it, man. So the Saints have officially snapped their three-game losing skit, beating the Carolina Panthers today, 28-6, in a game that should not have been that fucking hard to actually win. it should not have been that damn hard to actually win that game. Well, here's how it went. Well, so for pretty much the entire week, there was injuries, people on injury reports. Uh, One person that clearly was on the injury report was Derek Carr. Derek Carr suffered an injury at the end of last week's game against Detroit, and in this game, for pretty much most of the week, he was on the injury report. With a concussion. He cleared concussion protocol. I think Friday, Friday or yesterday, one of the two. I think yeah, Friday. He cleared concussion protocol. He was officially announced as a go last night to play in this game um, today. But he's been having ribs. He had back. He's got a shoulder, of course. Um, so yeah, pretty much. So yeah, this man's been fucking banged up. Chris Olave was also on the injury report, more so because of I think he had an illness. Everybody, I think they were dealing with the flu this week in New Orleans. They were dealing with the flu. So he was on the injury report, but he also played today. Juwan Johnson, the same. He was on the injury report. I think he played somewhat today, but I didn't really see him that much today. Um, yeah. Taysom Hill did not play today, and neither did Rashid Shaheed play today. Coming into this week, man, it was a lot of chatter about this offense. Again, this fucking offense. The offense of the New Orleans Saints is just not that fucking great. Um, it's just not. Um, so Michael Thomas created a lot of uproar on social media about you know Derek Carr pretty much in this game, and it just was not to me, man, personally. Listen, I fuck with Michael Thomas for what he's accomplished in New Orleans, but for the last 3 years, nigga, you ain't been on the field, and when you been on the field, you got injured right the fuck away. So I'm not like a lot of these motherfuckers that's out here saying you can't talk bad about Michael Thomas. Bullshit. If your ass ain't playing, sit your ass on the sideline and shut the fuck up and heal. Like I'm tired of that shit. Like I'm not about to make an excuse for you because you feeling some type of way. This nigga been talking down on the team every fucking year that he gets injured. Every fucking year this nigga talk down on the team. That's why I've been saying I would trade his ass because it seemed like nigga you don't want to be there. This ain't got shit to do with Derek Carr. You've been talking shit about the team every fucking year since you've been hurt. So it's like nigga, what's the problem? Like, like every year, nigga, you get hurt, and then you want to talk shit on social media. But then you want to cry and complain about how you fuck with the team. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like that's why I've been like, man, nigga, you don't want to be there. If you don't want to be there, nigga, you can easily get the fuck off the team. We should have been traded your ass, me personally. This ain't got shit to do with Derek Carr. You have always talked shit for like 3 years straight now. Every year you get injured, you talk shit on social media about the team and the organization. That's and some people gonna sit up here and be like, well, he got the right to say that. Really? He got the right to say that? Really? What ring he won? What Super Bowl he been in? No, nigga, you had what 2, 3 years where you were the nigga, the man, and then you started to break down, and every year since, you ain't done shit. You've been on more injury reports than you've been on a fucking field. I'm not about to give you no credit for that shit. Like, nah, 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 nah. Every goddamn year, I say the same shit. If I was the Saints since 2020, and he started talking down on the city and started talking down on the organization. I've been like, man, I trade that nigga. I would have traded that motherfucker 2 seasons ago. Soon as he started breaking down, all right, it's time to upgrade the new model. We got Chris Olave. We don't need you really. We don't need you. Simple as that. But let people on social media talk shit and say, it's Michael Thomas. We need him. Whatever, nigga. But I digress. So coming into this game, it was a lot of fracture coming into this game. More importantly, man, the defense of the Saints. You know what's the craziest part is that we don't get beat with the pass game, and I thought we would get killed with Marshawn Lattimore being out with the secondary. I thought we'd get killed, and if you actually pay attention to the Saints game and you watch the Saints games, it's not the passing game that's killing us. I mean, the penalties, of course, kick in at some point when they do throw the ball late in the games, and it's like a close game. But if you actually watch the Saints, it's not the throwing the ball that's usually the killer. It's motherfuckers running on us. We usually get killed, gutted with runs. And even in this game, Carolina had a long run late in the game that could have pretty much put them in the game. Like it was what I think at that time it was like 14-6. Uh, Miles Sanders he broke one and almost got a touchdown, but Paulson Adebo stopped him. Like I said, this game shouldn't have been hard. The first what 3 possessions of the game, like the first 3 possessions for the Saints in the game was all and in pretty much all in Carolina's position, like all in Carolina's side of the field, and we literally could not score a touchdown. And it's the craziest shit is the fact that everything I've been saying about the Saints has come true all the time. The Saints stopped running the ball, and in this game, it shouldn't have been as hard. Like the first 2 plays will be runs, and then they'll try to throw it on a 3rd and 3. What the fuck you throwing the ball for? Why? And I get it, you didn't have Taysom Hill this game, so usually you probably would have went for it on 3rd and 3 if you had Taysom Hill run the ball with Taysom, get what you can. But Jamal Williams finally was running the ball today, and they used him to perfection. They used him to what I've been screaming, man. You got 2 guys. Alvin Kamara is the fast one. Jamal Williams is the power. Use him. And if you had Kendrick Miller, he is the balance. He could have done all 3 of those. Like, he could have done the power or the speed, whichever one you needed him to be. Kendrick Miller's been out the whole fucking year, damn near. But they ran the ball the way I've been screaming they should run the fucking ball, and that is use Dalvin, use Jamal Williams. Because Derek Carr in this game showed you I am hurt. I am injured, and I don't want to get hit like I've been getting hit recently. And in this game, he did a lot of throws, which Carolina is one of the best teams when it comes to passing. They suck at stopping the run, but they're one of the best teams that come to passing. And even in the second week matchup, where you go watch the second week matchup with us in Carolina, we were killing them with the run game. And we didn't even have Alvin in that game. We had Kendrick Miller. We had Jamal Williams. And we were killing them in the run game. That's what kept us going forward. And Taysom Hill also in that game. But we were killing them in the run game. What made them think that, like, in this game, we should switch it up? Like, no, we were killing them in week 2 with the running of the ball. And I feel like with this game, we show what we can be. The offensive line did great with run blocking. Finally, it took damn near what is it, week 14, but we finally ran the ball consistently in this game, which was great. But again, what happens with the Saints? Red zone situations. We can't fucking continue moving the ball. They had an entire third quarter where they just did not score, which I thought you are literally putting our defense in a position where they're going to get killed at some point. And it literally at the end of the third quarter, that Miles Sanders run happened. Where it was like a 40-yard, 47-yard, some shit run. And like I said, Paulson Adebo caught him before he really got in the end zone, which thank the Lord Paulson Adebo caught this man because on that drive, the start of the fourth quarter, the Saints defense showed up and showed out. They did not let them score a touchdown. Matter of fact, they had a chance to kick a field goal, go down by 5 points. But Eddie Pinion, 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 Eddie Pinion, uh, missed the field goal, which he did in week two. He missed the field goal in week two as well. So, and it was a short one. So the Saints, of course, eventually offensively, Derek Carr eventually started to kind of get things going. But even in and like I said, in the third quarter, there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of fuck up. Derek Carr literally called a play and got sacked, and then Eric McCoy, who has been the center for the Saints since Max Unger retired. They got into a screaming match. You're like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, you called the wrong blocking protection, and you getting mad at us for you getting sacked. It's like you called the wrong blocking protection, my guy. Like, what are you doing? These are the things that Derek Carr cannot have happen when you have an offensive line that is literally frustrated with everything you have done, and you are not consistently playing good. I get the fact that you don't want to get hit in every fucking game now, and I'm starting to see you now have the clock in your head like I gotta get this ball out my fucking hand if I get really tagged. And I see that and I respect it, but at the same time, this was the game where I feel like I get it because you've been tagged so much, but I felt like this was a game you did not need to play in. Now again, on social media, they're gonna always scream for Jameis Winston because when the starter, like I said, is inconsistent like Derek Carr is, what is the best thing for you? The backup. A lot of people on social media is going to scream for the backup, but I think you are completely and utterly, again, you love the backup because he's not playing. And I get it. Jameis Winston seems so much fun, but when he gets in the game, man, Jameis Winston has these times and these tendencies where he just throws the fucking ball. And that's all he knows how to do. He doesn't know nothing else. He don't know what other speed. He just throws the ball. And sometimes that doesn't make good decision making, man. And I'm sorry. I don't want that type of player on my team doing that type of shit. And to be honest with you, Derek Carr sucks at it as well. Derek Carr is terrible at this shit. It's literally the same problem I have with the Kansas City Chiefs is the same problem I got with the Saints. Them motherfuckers just inconsistent offensively. They cannot do shit right offensively. There's too many games now where the Saints have just not shown the fuck up when they need to show the fuck up. Yes, they scored 28 points in the fourth quarter, 14 points in the fourth quarter, 14 points in the first half. But for me personally, the problem with the Saints is they're inconsistent. That's it. They're just fucking inconsistent. And it's getting to the point now where even if and we still have a chance to win the division, like I said for the last couple of weeks, the Saints season started today. It started against the Carolina Panthers because you still have a chance to make the playoffs by winning the NFC South. And now with Tampa beating Atlanta today, you have the best opportunity to get into the playoffs. You have the Giants next week coming to us. That game in LA is going to be the most crucial game. I don't think it's the Tampa, and I know we play Tampa right after the Rams, and I know we play Atlanta right after that. But that Thursday night game, LA Rams Saints, the Rams are in the playoff position. They have a chance. The Rams played super difficult football today against the Ravens. Played their ass off against the Ravens. Lost in overtime in a punt return. That game against the Rams is going to be the hardest game we have the rest of the fucking year because the Rams ain't going to just give it to us. They have a chance to make the playoffs and they're going to fucking try to get in. We do not need to lose one more time to a conference team that is because we lost to Green Bay. We lost to Green Bay, lost to Detroit. Who else we lost to? Yeah, lost to Green Bay, lost to Detroit, lost to Minnesota. We lost three already, and then now we play the Rams, and then we have a terrible record in division. We're 2-3 now. Wait, no, we're 2-2. Yeah, 2-2 because we lost to Tampa, lost to Atlanta, then we beat Carolina twice. So we're 2-2 in division. We have to win the rest of these games. We got the Giants coming up next week, and then after that, we go to the Rams, Tampa, and we close out at home against Atlanta. Watching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Atlanta Falcons play football today is like literally watching two teams that are just waiting for someone to knock them the fuck out. Neither one of these teams are great, but because we're so inconsistent offensively, we can't win these games. The problem with the Saints is this, man. We have such an amazing array of talent offensively and defensively. The biggest thing with the offense is that we're so goddamn offensively equipped. We just are schematically terrible. These motherfuckers don't trust each other. The offensive line is now starting to not trust Derek Carr. Derek Carr doesn't trust the receivers. The receivers don't trust Derek Carr. It's like the running backs don't trust the fucking offensive line. It's like this is the worst time to do this shit, man. This is we are week 14. It's the same thing I said about the Kansas City Chiefs. Once we start to hit these week 14, week 15, week 16, week 17, week 18, even if you make the playoffs, I have no faith in you that you're going past that. This is why I say this is the best time to actually start to figure out who the fuck we are. And we struggled in this game against a team in Carolina that cannot run, that cannot throw. They don't have no offense. They damn sure that defense is literally pass rush and stop the pass and no run stopping abilities at all. And we struggled against the fucking Panthers. And I get it, it's a divisional game. But if I am Pete Carmichael, I am not calling any throwing plays for Derek Carr. If I'm not going to throw the ball on first down, I'm not throwing the ball. I'm not even trying to get you into a rhythm. Fuck it. If I'm not throwing the ball on first down, we're running the ball the rest of this game. And shit, I would even put Jamal Williams and Alvin Kamara on both sides and say, y'all gonna have to figure out who I'm about to get this ball to. Because that is exactly what I would have done. This game was exactly what I knew and what I didn't want to see too. It was a really stupid game. We literally had the entire third quarter where we did not move the ball at all. We kept getting on the field and kept going 3-and-outs. And it wasn't because we're not moving, not doing anything in the first two possessions, the first two downs. We were running, and then we get to the third down, it'd be 3rd and 3, and then we throw the ball and be like, "What the? Why are you throwing the ball? Why are you throwing the ball?" It's the stupidest shit on the planet. And then when we did try to throw the ball, or be consistent with throwing, it was just a bad time to throw the ball. Like this game should not have been this fucking hard. I get it. It's a division rival. Carolina always gives us problems. But look at Carolina and look at what the fuck the Saints is. And if Derek Carr wasn't healthy enough to play in this game, he should have set his ass at home. This is ridiculous. But like I said, our season starts tonight. It started today with the Panthers. We got the Giants coming to us next week. Then we go to Thursday Night Football and play the Rams. Then we close out against Tampa on the road, Atlanta at home. The way the schedules are looking, like I said, the Rams game is going to probably be the hardest game technically on our schedule, depending on where the Rams will be when it particularly happens. Because I think the Rams are what now? Like I think because they lost today against Baltimore. I think the Rams are like 6-7 now. Our record, pretty much. So that literally could be a chance to see who makes the playoffs. Us with the division, them with the wild card. This game next week though is another game that we should easily win because it just seems like it's such a fucking easy win. It's the fucking Giants. The Giants defense is really good, at one thing, not good at the other, and that's the same thing that I've been saying. But the Giants defense can actually beat us because they can confuse Derek Carr and they can confuse Pete Carmichael. I don't know what this game is going to be next week because I don't know. I don't know what Saints is going to show the fuck up, and ah, that's the fucking problem. I don't know what Saints are going to show up. It can be a consistent Saints team where they dominate offensively, defensively. Even though we haven't seen it that much, it can actually happen. Or they could be so fucking inconsistent. They could be literally inconsistent the whole fucking game, and we're just like, what the? Why are you so inconsistent right now? Brian Dable's a pretty good head coach. He knows how to call schematics. He knows how to get certain people in certain positions. I don't know if it's this week, maybe next week. Not the Giants game, but maybe the Rams game. Because I was trying to think about today when Michael Thomas and Marshawn Lattimore both went on IR. I think it was around the bye week. I can't fucking remember, or maybe the week of the Atlanta game. I think that's when they put them on IR. So Atlanta, Detroit, Carolina, Giants. So Marshawn Lattimore and Michael Thomas should be up for conversation to come back off of IR by that Thursday night game against the Rams. I don't know if Michael Thomas will be back or Marshawn Lattimore will be back, but they should be up for conversation. And with that being said, then the following week, Malcolm Roach and Marcus May, who went on IR this past week, yeah, fuck after the Atlanta game, they went on IR. So they should be back because then, yeah, Detroit, Giants, Rams, Tampa, I think, and they'll be back probably for the last game, which will be Atlanta. What I think of this, man? Like I said, the season started today. We're 6-7. We're in a three-way tie for the number one seed. We have the better team. We just got to play like it, and that's the biggest problem that we have right now. I don't know what the fuck the Saints got to do, but they got to sit down and come to Jesus moment. They got to have a come to Jesus moment. We get as much as I want Pete Carmichael to get fired right now, he's our offensive coordinator for now. We can't do shit about it. Same thing with Dennis Allen. I know some of y'all want Dennis Allen head on a fucking swivel, and y'all want to punch the nigga shit into next week, but he's our head coach for right now. We can't do nothing about it. What y'all want us to do? Fire the motherfucker while we still tied for third for a chance to win the division? I get it. But as long as we're in this race for the division and we have a chance to win the division, good God Almighty, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Maybe we should hold up on the criticism. I get on here every week and I try to be like, yo, this shit. This game was hard to watch because Carolina should not have been in that game. We should have beat them. And some of the people could be like, well, Blake Groupie missing that point, that field goal early in the game. We could have probably been up 17-10, 17-0 at some point, you know, or whatever. But even in that sense, for what the Saints is, and I get it, we are divided in this as Saints fans. Some of y'all think Jameis should be the quarterback. Some of us think we should go in a completely different fucking direction. I think you should just completely scrap the entire team and start from fucking scratch. But for what we have going forward, we have what? Now we have what? Giants, Rams, Tampa, Falcons. We have 4 weeks, 4 games, 2 on the road, 2 at home. We have to be fans, man. Like physically, we have to just root this team on. No matter how much we believe one might be better than the other, or this person might be better than this. As a Saints fan, I get it. Every week we say this shit, but every week I get on here and I say to myself, man, it could get so much fucking worse. Cause it fucking can. I don't think the Saints are ever gonna be consistent offensively. I've come to grips with that. I don't think we're ever gonna be offensively sound. But what I do believe as to what the Saints are, is still one of the most talented fucking football teams when we are actually consistent for a week. We're one of the best football teams. And hopefully, we get more consistent as we progress through this. I don't think the Giants can beat us, but again, any given Sunday, anything can happen. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next 4 weeks. Hopefully, we still win the NFC South. But again, it's the Saints. So who the fuck knows? Who the fuck knows? Anyway, till next time, man. I am Brandon Janeau. This is Bleed Black and Gold. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, man. See y'all next Sunday when we take on the Giants. Till next time, peace. Who that? See ya.